Morning. You stop listening to the Matrix. I gotta tell you. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I had a beautiful week with beautiful people. Sit here blubbering. You know, it's so nice to be with real people that get along, you know, love each other, never have any big, huge fights and stuff like a lot of people do. I wouldn't say most. I don't know. I haven't done the stats on that. But at 53, most of the people in my entire life never got along this well. Ever. You know? So for the past week, I've had the pleasure of waking up to children playing and eating and running around the house like little tiny mad persons, and listening to Dylan talk my ear off happily. So, you know, watching the silly brothers and sisters banter back and forth with each other and have a good time with their cousins. And it's just so nice, you know, so nice. And I tell you, it really makes you stop and think. You know, stop from the hustle and the bustle and teaching whatever it is that you teach, you know, to just sit and appreciate life. Not politics, not religion, not coffee from Starbucks, not anything else. Just enjoy watching the children play. You know, watching somebody else's kids who are grown now, you know, play with each other and joke around and, you know, just be silly and have fun and cook together and eat together and, you know, God, it's those days. Miss those days. I don't want you missing those days. You have a family. I'm talking to my family, so the people from my mother's womb are long gone. And even though I know I have to take responsibility for the things that I chose before I had skin, my skin still longs for those days, you know. So I get up this morning and everybody's gone. The house is quiet, which I strangely miss. Miss the kids. Oh, jeez. Brian. Let me show you. Oh, you'll see Brian in the picture that I just put on Facebook. I tell you. You know, I understand different people are different, but I also understand accidents happen. You know, so when I walked into him and he's in the bathroom, he didn't flinch. He didn't even do anything. He just kept reading himself. You know, it was so funny, and I'm like, oh, sorry. Didn't mean to barge in on your husband in the bathroom. You know, lock the door. Didn't flinch, didn't bat an eye, didn't do anything. You know. Oh, I was trying to get to Tia's page so that the birthday girl, so that I could share some more pictures and the stuff that we made for her. It's always such fun making jewelry with, well, anybody, but more so kids, because younger people, because you know they think of stuff that we older people tend to get older and not think of. You know. Oh well, I'll get there and I'll put those over on my Facebook page whenever this computer decides. Thank you. Who is that? That's Chase and Tia. Appreciate your family, people. You know, don't get to be 53 and just look back on it and remember the days when you had well, my favorite memory was when we had family reunions, of course, because I had no clue who those other people were, but when they were gone, I enjoyed the stories, you know, Nana and my mother would tell me of these people that I didn't even know, you know, cousin Lucius and you know, whoever, and it was, that part of it was sometimes more fun because, you know, you don't want to go up to every adult and say, who are you, who are you, who are you? And then my Nana eventually just made us wear name tags, you know, so we all could talk to each other, you know, by name. It's so funny because, you know, I come from a family of, I'm the baby of 9. I have 4 sisters and 4 brothers, and each of them are married no less than 3 times. Okay, now I don't know about you in your family, but in my family we didn't divorce the first wife just because she was a divorced wife. Nana would invite everybody and insist that they get along. If you didn't, you had to talk to Big Mama about that, you know. How sweet. Yeah. They're so precious, you know, and then all the memories come flood tiding back. And it's nice to have them. You just wish they were still here. You know, I know babies can't stay babies forever. But now, you know, there'll be new babies. As the old babies grow up, move on. Oh, I love this little kid. She's so sweet. Tia did all those hash marks on her and Chase's photo. Oh, how sweet. Let me see if they moved over already to my page. You know, so it just got me thinking and wishing, and because, you know, I was going to have 6 kids of my own, as I was. And you get older and you're like, oh, well, I'll marry somebody with kids. Yeah, well, neither of my husband had kids, so I thought, well, that's fine, we'll adopt one. Yeah, well. Be good to your family, people. Be good to your family. Don't grow to be a 53-year-old person and look back on it and say, I should have. You know, that wasn't that big a deal that my brother stole my Barbie when I was 12. I could just forgive him and get to know his children, and our children can be cousins and play together and grow up having more family, you know? So beautiful. I feel like such a big baby. And now I'm mad at myself that I didn't come in the house and get my camera to take pictures of Chase as he's going down the bounce house thing. Yeah. He's so precious. He's so precious, you know. We all are. We all are. Oh, my apps didn't come out right. And they're not going to come out right. So I'll learn patience. So grateful. So grateful, you know. Grateful to watch little Chase grow up. And now, I just heard this morning Lisa's pregnant. I have to go congratulate them over there on their page. Life really is wonderful, even if it's not how you want it to be. You know, life is really, really, really wonderful. I'm so blessed to have so many of you in my life, and thank you for choosing that this time around. You know, thank you. It's nice and warm and cozy with you in it. You know? So stinking cute. They all are. I just talk about Chase a lot because he's like the first baby I've actually grown up with, you know what I mean, in a long time. I mean, my youngest niece is 40, so, you know, it's been a little while. They're down south, so I didn't grow up with her kids, you know. I have to take my coat off. Trace and John leave all the windows and doors open all the time. I always wake up freezing. So yeah, people, just enjoy your family. You know, stop having these stupid little quarrels that really don't matter. They really don't mean anything. You know, because when you get to be 50, 60, 70 years old, you know, the body's changing. You need a little bit of help from time to time. You would want to be able to call on your brothers and sisters, you know, and say, hey, can you help a girl out? Or could you bring me, you know, an orange if you go to the store or something, you know? Don't be stuck on stupid. God put us all here for a reason. We would want to try and get along and work with each other, you know? Well, I guess the internet's going to work whenever it wants to. Hold on. I love you. Thank you for being in my life. I am grateful. Grateful for good memories, if nothing else, you know. 18 years of good memories, that's better than none. I'm sure a lot of people look back on their life and say, I don't have any because you were, I don't know, foster kid, adopted kid that got treated like shit. I don't know. But there's always something to be grateful for. I'm grateful for the wonderful people in my life, my sisters and brothers that I have, you know. Even if my mother's children are no longer in contact, that's okay. They're not our only family. That's not my only sisters, my only brothers. You are my sisters and brothers. And I thank God that I have met you all and know you all. You know? boys and girls, that's a reason why a lot of old people get old and bitter, because they sit around remembering, I think, and then they, dislike themselves for not trying to get along, not trying harder, to get along. And then that bitterness turns into other stuff and other stuff and other stuff, and then you get sick. So let's hopefully choose to just be grateful for what you have. For a whole week I got to have a family talk to me, another mom, Dee, she's so cool, to talk to, an elder that loves herself and people and her life, and it was wonderful just listening to her and John have a talk. It was wonderful just listening to her and her daughter and son-in-law just talk. Just sit talking in the evenings. Gosh, I miss those times. When my mother and whoever, I didn't know who it was. Of course, it was one of my mother's best friends, because my mother, well, you don't know, but my mother grew up in Watts, and at the time of all those riots and whatnot. And it's so fascinating listening to that, but our children will never know, because we don't just sit and talk anymore. We don't, and that's really sad. What are you doing? It's sad we don't just sit and tell stories. Granny, that's why I grew to love poetry so much. Granny Nana would just sit and recite poetry. And I would sit there on my pillows like Scheherazade, just listening to her. Just hoping one day when I grow up I could be like her and remember that long 17-stanza poem, and the one my baby Jordan, loves, and you'll find it on YouTube. I always recite it for him, Vacation Time, and I'll never forget, I was 13. The first time I memorized the whole thing. It's like a good 2-minute poem, okay? Anyway, I proudly took it upon myself to challenge every long poem. So then that's when I found Paul Laurence Dunbar at a party from 1866, I believe. And that's 5 pages long. And that's one library book I never took back. But I memorized that poem. Anyway, love each other, love yourself, stop fussing and fighting over stupid shit. Just have a decent life. I don't want you growing up sitting here at 53, renting a room from somebody else, which is nice. I'm not putting that down. I'm happy to be here. It beats being in a mental hospital after, people diagnose you with diabetes. You do go a little crazy. Yes, you do. And just be grateful. Go right now. You don't even have to leave a message. Just leave a little text. Hugs. Okay, you can't say hugs. Okay, that's too touchy-feely for you. And you can just say, hey. And that's it. And if they reply back, you don't have to reply. But we already know at this point as grown adults that you're thinking of me and I'm thinking of you, which was your only intent, right? That's okay. That's okay. But just think how much better the world would be if you stopped fighting, they stopped fighting, and we all just could sit down on Facebook and say hi. No bullshit, no drama. Just, hi, here's a picture of your cousin. Here's a picture of your niece. It's not so hard to do. Just go put a picture on somebody's wall. No drama. That's self-defeating. You're going to go back to being a lonely old maid in a room full of cobwebs, you know? Just be grateful. Be grateful. You know, I never thought I'd end up here, but I'm grateful. I love the animals. I love feeding the animals, talking to the animals, and there's lots of animals here, you know? Oh, boys. And two girls, Tia and what's Bonnie's daughter's name? I just here yesterday. I can't think. So beautiful. Enjoy your children. You know, if you haven't talked to them in a while, send them a Facebook message. So Facebook hasn't been working well lately. They must be working on something else new. They changed all of our fan pages. You know, just say hey. You know, squash the bullshit. Life really is too short for all that fucking shit. And that's all it really is shit. You feel this way and you don't feel like your daughter should be a witch? Well, it's none of your business. It's not your life. That's between her and whatever God she chooses to believe in. Or whatever, you know? It's mind your own business and just accept the good from people that want to give good. It's not that hard, really. Mind your own damn business. You're not living in some other woman's house. She's not living in yours. So respect her house and you respect their house. You know, just be grateful to have each other. Billions and billions and billions of people in this world. Almost like me, and I say almost because I choose not to believe that my mother's children that came out of her womb are my only brothers and sisters. You're not. You all are my brothers and sisters. You know? All of you. Not just 8 of them. So nice looking at other people's pictures, you know, and it makes me wonder, what were you thinking when you took that picture? What was going through your head? Oh, that's Avery. Okay. Oh, Wyatt. They look so much alike, especially in not well-lit pictures. There's Avery. So precious. What? Really? No way. I don't know those people. It says that me and Tia have 1,312 people. Oh, can't see. Okay. Four mutual friends. Sorry, Tia. Come on. Refresh. Come on. I want to see the rest of the pictures because I know she took a few thousand. Be grateful. Love yourself. Love all your family, even if you don't think that people outside your mother's womb are family. You know, God made us all, not just the ones under your mother's roof or whatever, you know. So love yourself. I'm going to sit here and finish crying and looking at baby pictures. So wonderful. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this wonderful experience. Wow. And I ate so good yesterday. I had to take a pill because my gums were sore because I tried to eat a whole bunch of broccoli and something with celery in it. Oh, potato salad. Potato salad, yeah. As you know, Teresa don't like a bunch of stuff in her potato salad. So, the daughter-in-law and made potato salad. It was good. It was good. Wow. Oh, it was so nice to be in a full packed house, you know. There's a waiting line to the bathroom. Oh, that was fun. It was fun. So go and create, come on, Internet, your own happiness with whatever family you love. And I'm going to go Skype with mine. I love you. Be good to yourself. Excuse me. And if you don't have a family, or you don't like the one you have, you can feel free to adopt me. I'm older, I don't eat that much, and living here for the past year, I mostly only drink water now. And tea. Water, tea, water, tea. That's about it. So get out of here. Go have a great day. Go on to your next happy video while I sit here blubbering. I love you. Bye.